Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. For some reason, I keep thinking it's Thursday, but it's not. One thing, though, I do know for certain is we get the new episode of Orange County Housewives tonight, and we're back to talk about some RHONY news. It looks like Andy Cohen is sharing what he thinks went wrong with the last season of The Real Housewives of New York, season 13, and why it failed, which I feel like failed is such a strong word, but when you canceled the reunion, the ratings were bad. There's an investigation launched. Yeah, it kind of seems like it season 13 tanked. And he's also talking about the reboot in the works. We have all the details and more, but before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And if you have not bought your tickets yet for our upcoming live tour, which kicks off next week in Los Angeles, go to spillingtealive.com. If you can't make LA, Nashville, or New York in person, we'd love to have you there, but just go grab your live stream tickets because you're not going to want to miss the before party, the after party, the behind the scenes, bonus footage. We're giving it all. I love you guys. Smash that like button. Let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys. So according to realityt.com, you might have heard by now. And if you haven't, they want to say, well, let us fill you in on the exciting news. Andy Cohen just announced The Real Housewives of New York will be separated into two franchises. First, they will completely reboot the mainstay franchise, which premiered back in 2008. While Andy hasn't confirmed any casting decisions, it sounds like they're looking for a completely new cast. Secondly, they will add another extension of the franchise that will feature previous Real Housewives of New York cast members. And it doesn't have a title yet, but bravo, they're calling it Real Housewives of New York Legacy or Real Housewives of New York Throwback. Also, no word on casting yet or where the show will appear, but Bravo now has the option to work the franchises, one on Peacock and one on Bravo, which I think, honestly, if they put anything on Peacock, Ultimate Girls Trip was successful, Below Deck Down Under was successful, Real Housewives of Miami was successful. And at first I was like, people are going to sleep on the franchises on Peacock, but that's actually not true because people who do not live in the United States, other people around the world have the opportunity to actually see the franchises on Peacock before they normally would had the shows have premiered on Bravo. And the great thing is they're not only monetizing and, getting the ad revenue, the commercials and the business off of putting the franchises on Peacock with a different production value, they're then letting it play out and then putting it back on Bravo. So if you don't have Peacock, you can watch it on Bravo. It's really genius. The way they're operating this, genius. But how did we get here? Andy spoke with Variety and explained just how season 13 changed the entire trajectory of the franchise. Andy was asked about when he realized the season was not working, and he reluctantly admitted, I think that we've put last season of Real Housewives of New York under so much scrutiny and trial that I hate to rehash. When we were shooting, we only had 5 housewives. We were shooting during a pandemic. We were tremendously limited as to where we could shoot. And this was a show that was really shot differently than all other cities because New York City is very much a huge character in the show, which is kind of true. It was like Sex and the City, but Real Housewives style. Maybe not as glamorous. Maybe not. Maybe. There was no Mr. Big, really. Anyways, getting back to it. He added, that's all aside. I think that if you look at any series where the ratings are declining week to week as the series goes on and the viewer feedback is growing disenchanted on social media, etc., I think that was a big red flag for us because this is a beloved show. And that's part of the reason that it's taken a bit for production, Bravo, all of the suit and ties to sit down, let this fester with them and figure out how they want to make this right and make it a gift for all of the fans, which Andy Cohen said, with it being split up into Real Housewives of New York Legacy or Throwback, whatever, for the OGs, and then the new revamped version, he feels like that's what they're doing. They're giving the fans everything that they're asking for. We'll see. One has to wonder how big of a role the ratings played in the cancellation of the RHONY reunion, or was it the allegations against Ramona Singer of racially insensitive comments? That was a big deal, which led to an internal investigation. Ramona has she's emphatically denied these claims, and she said, guys, they did an investigation. They didn't find anything. I don't know what you guys want from me. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. It didn't happen. I didn't do it. I don't know what to say. That was Ramona's stance on this. Heather Thompson said otherwise. Obviously, somebody reported her. to production. We believe that was Ebony K. Williams. And if Ebony K. Williams heard this, in fact, like say she actually heard it, if she was the one who officially reported it, I believe that it was said. I really honestly do. I don't think that Ebony just pulled that out of nowhere. Let's keep it going though. Let's keep it going. According to Andy, it's been long and thought out, but in truth, we really just started having the most serious conversations over the last few months because we also just wanted to sit and get some air and recalibrate. This is a show that goes, that's gone back into production very closely after the reunion of every season. That's why we also just wanted to give everybody a minute to live their lives and then let us figure it out. If we could do anything, which we can do, what can we do? He noted that we've also seen the success of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. That informed the idea of doing this throwback that allowed us to say, well, wait a minute, there is a big desire for an element of nostalgia. In addition, fans were talking about watching the good old days of Real Housewives of New York. And they even did rewatches on other streaming services like Hulu, Peacock, maybe BravoTV.com. I'm just trying to think, okay? I'm just trying to think. Okay, I can personally attest to doing that and that there really was reality TV magic in the early season, said Andy. And I heard from more people over the last 2 years that they have rewatched Real Housewives of New York from the beginning and how much they love the early seasons of RHONY. I just think there are a lot of people who, hold this particular franchise very dear to their hearts and also have a lot of nostalgia about it. I think that the throwback version will be playing on that. And that's why I think they're both great ideas and gifts to our fans. But when it comes to the cast of season 13, Andy fully confessed that they have been anxiously awaiting the news. He revealed, I was hearing from them a lot last year, but I have to say, especially given that this group is usually a group that is very much so like, when are we starting? What's the plan? They're aggressive and they're type A. And he concluded, they've really all respected the fact that we're going to figure this out and we'll let you know. So they've been really relaxed, especially considering that this is a group of people that I would not necessarily typically characterize as relaxed. Yeah, I don't see Ramona being very relaxed over this. And we don't even know if Ramona's coming back at this point. We're hearing for the RHONY legacy or throwback that they might actually end up doing $100,000 salaries for the OGs, which some of them it might be enticing for, like a Kelly Ben Simone, or if Alex McCord ever wants to come back from Australia. But for people like Luann, Dorinda, Medley, or Ramona Singer, who have gotten over $1 million for a franchise, I don't see them coming back for $100,000. Guys, go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts about Andy revealing why he thinks Real Housewives of New York tanked in the first place when it came to season 13? And do you agree with it? Also, will you be watching the new versions of the Real Housewives of New York? I know you guys have all the unfiltered opinions, so go ahead and let me have them. Also, if you haven't gone to spillingtealive.com to get your live stream tickets, make sure to go ahead and do so. I love you so much. Smash that like button, get subscribed, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you so very soon. Bye, guys.